Another important operation of a matrix is finding the determinant. This is mostly required whenever we need to find the inverse of a matrix. Every square matrix has a unit scalar value which is called as determinant. When a matrix contains a single element, the determinant is the value of that element itself. For a 2 by 2 matrix, determinant can be calculated as 5 into 1 minus 6 into 2. The resultant value is minus 7. So this is the value of the determinant of matrix A. Then for a 3 by 3 matrix, the determinant is calculated as this 1 into determinant of 2, 3, 0, 1, that is 2 into 1 minus 3 into 0. So this is 1 into 2 minus 0. Then next it is minus 0, this element minus 0 into determinant of 0, 3 minus 1, 1. So that is 0 into 1 minus 1 into 3. So this is 0 into 0 plus 3. For the third element minus 1, it is plus minus 1 into determinant of this 0 minus 1, determinant of this 0, 2 and minus 1, 0. So it is this 0 minus minus 2, that is 0 plus 2. So this is the resultant value. Solving this, we get here determinant as 0. So remember here we have determinant of A as minus 7, determinant of B as 0. Now whenever for a square matrix A, it is said to be singular if determinant of A is equal to 0 and non-singular if determinant of the matrix is not equal to 0. So thus in the previous example for the matrix A, its determinant was minus 7 and hence it is non-singular matrix not equal to 0, and determinant of B was equal to 0. So the matrix B is a singular matrix. Here we understand the concept of inverse of a matrix. Consider a scalar k, then inverse of it is the reciprocal of k, that is 1 by k. So if k is 7, then it can be written as 1 by 7. Now in case of matrices, division is not defined and therefore from AB equal to AC, we may have B not equal to C also. So in such cases, matrix inversion is required, and the concept of inverse is that if for a square matrix A, if it is multiplied by its inverse, the resultant matrix we get is the identity matrix. From this example where A is 3, 1, 2, 1 and its inverse is 1 minus 1 minus 2, 3, we get the resultant matrix as multiplied A with A inverse or A inverse with A, whatever, the resultant is the identity matrix. In case of properties of matrices, A into B inverse gives you B inverse into A inverse. Inverse of the inverse matrix is the matrix itself. Then transpose of the inverse is inverse of the transpose. Then if a scalar k is multiplied to a matrix A and its inverse is taken, then the inverse of the scalar is 1 by k and inverse of the matrix is A inverse. Now these three statements gives you the same concept, that is, if the determinant of matrix is 0, then the inverse will not exist. If the determinant is not 0, then and then only the inverse of a square matrix exists. Again revising the concept of minus using this matrix A. For a matrix n by n, that is a square matrix of order n, if one row and one column is deleted, then the resultant matrix is a submatrix of A. So here if we delete first row, first column, then A22, A23, A32, A33 is the submatrix. and determinant of such a submatrix is called minor of A. So here for this matrix A, where we have already deleted first row, first column, the determinant of the remaining elements, that is A22, A23, A32, A33, is the minor of this matrix A, or minor of the element A11. The concept of minus is required whenever we need to calculate the cofactors, as the cofactor of every element is equal to -1 into ith row plus jth column in which that element exists into minor of that particular element. So here again we are considering the same matrix A, and for that we are calculating the cofactors. So for C11, that will be the cofactor for this element A11, we need to delete the first row, first column, and we are left with this A22, A23, A32, A33 again, and that minor M11 multiplied by -1 to the power A has suffix 1, so multiplied to the power this addition of the elements in the suffixes 1 plus 1, or we can mathematically say that it is first row, first column. So this gives us M11. Similarly, to calculate for A12, we will get the cofactor C12, and there we'll have the determinant of A21, A31, A23, A33, and multiplied this determinant will give us M12, and multiplied with -1 to the power 1 plus 2, M12 1 plus 2. Okay, and further to get C13, that is corresponding to A13, it will be determinant of A21, A31, A22, A32. So that will give us, the determinant will give us M13, and again -1 to the power 1 plus 3. So in this way the cofactors can be calculated. Let us now find cofactors for this matrix. The cofactors for the first row, that is first row is 1, 2, 3. Cofactor corresponding to the element 1 will be C11, and it will be obtained by deleting the row of 1 and the column of 1. So what is left is 3, 2, 3, 4. So solving this determinant we get answer as 6. Again it is C11, so -1 to the power 1 plus 1, that is 2, so positive. C12 -1 to the power 1 plus 2, that is 3, so negative. And now this C12 is corresponding to the element 2 here in the first row, and therefore deleting this column and row of 2, what is left is 2, 2, 3, 4. Determinant of 2, 2, 3, 4, and solving we get the result as -2. For C13, that is corresponding to the element 3 in the first row, and -1 to the power 1 plus 3, that is 4, so it becomes positive. And now deleting the row of 3 and the column of 3, this column of 3, what we get is determinant of 2, 3, 3, 3, and therefore resultant is -3. Similarly, cofactors of second row can be obtained as C21 for this 2 element 2. So C21, so -1 to the power 2 plus 1, 3, so negative. And deleting this row of 2 and column of 2, you get it as 2, 3, 3, 4. So determinant of 2, 3, 3, 4, resultant is 1. On the same lines, we can calculate C22, C23. Then the cofactors of the third row, C31, so corresponding to this element 3 again. So deleting this row of 3 and column of 3, our resultant determinant is 2, 3, 3, 2, and with -1 to the power 3 plus 1, 4, so it is positive, and C31 comes out to be -5. Similarly, C32, C33 can be calculated on the same lines, and clubbing it together we get the matrix of cofactors. This concept can be used in finding out inverse of a matrix. So what we have done up till now is different types of matrix operations, which are basic operations required for studying matrices further. So summing up, we have seen the operations like addition, subtraction, scalar multiplication, multiplication of matrices, determinant of matrices, minus, and matrix of cofactors. So that's all. Thank you.